Man accused of causing a deadly chain reaction crash in Ontario is due in court tomorrow. He's accused of being under the influence, and his status as an undocumented immigrant is making national headlines.
Well, 3 people were killed in the 8-car pileup on the freeway, on the 10 freeway, in fact. And CBS LA's Joy Benedict tells us what we know about them and a warning: the dash cam video of this crash is jarring.
It's a stunning view from a dash cam video of a crash that killed 3 people.
Out of nowhere, we just hear a big impact, and we stared at each other for 2 seconds, and out of nowhere, I just seen that big old red truck in front of me.
Aldo DePaz was changing his tire on the side of the road when it happened, and he spoke to us right after.
I'm just lucky to be alive.
And now we're learning more about the man accused of causing the crash and the lives that were cut short.
It's a shame. I can't believe it. You know, I can't believe what happened, you know, when everybody stopped and that truck just going that fast.
Peter Serto lives next door to the man family have identified as one of the victims as Clarence Nelson, a 76-year-old father from Fontana, where flowers were dropped off at his home. A photo of Nelson was also posted by Pomona High School in remembrance, where he coached basketball a few years ago.
I feel really bad. It's really horrible, and we'll probably see what it is that we can do to help the family and our community here.
A woman was also killed, as was Jaime Flores Garcia, identified in the felony complaint Thursday. The complaint says this man, Jashanpreet Singh, was under the influence of drugs when he failed to slow or stop while driving a semi-truck. He's now charged with 3 counts of gross vehicular homicide while intoxicated, as well as driving under the influence and causing injury to 3 other people in this 8-vehicle collision.
Me, as a truck driver, I know you got to pay attention. You got to pay attention to your surroundings. And this guy wasn't paying attention.
Officials say Singh was not only under the influence, he was undocumented. The Department of Homeland Security says he entered the country illegally from Mexico in 2022 and was originally from India. He had a valid license to drive the truck. Singh is scheduled to make his first appearance in a San Bernardino County courtroom here in Rancho Cucamonga on Friday morning. Joy Benedict, CBS LA.
Tonight, the debate is growing over the suspect's legal status and his ability to obtain a driver's license here in California.
CBS LA assignment editor Mike Rogers at the desk now. And Mike, the White House already is speaking out about this.
Yeah, they are. And, you know, this has been a widely debated topic across the country after a recent incident in Florida where there was another deadly crash involving a semi-truck and an undocumented immigrant who obtained a driver's license here in the state of California. Now, today, White House press secretary spoke out about the issue.
I can confirm that California gave this individual a license, and it is something that the Department of Transportation has already looked into. I know Secretary Duffy, who's doing a phenomenal job, has spoken on this many times in the crackdown that the Department of Transportation is taking on these licenses that are wrongfully being issued to people who clearly do not deserve to uphold these positions.
So you heard her say they're wrongfully issued. Well, the state of California is pointing the finger back at the federal government, saying it's because he had valid work documents that allowed him to obtain that license. They say the valid work documents were through 2030. They also say the federal government extended and approved those documents twice, once to 2026 and then through 2030. They also say his commercial driver's license is a federal real ID, and that they use what's called a SAVE system, which runs those documents through the immigration system to make sure that they are valid and are allowed to have a driver's license. So the state of California is saying he was only issued a commercial driver's license because he did have all of those documents that gave him that legal status to obtain that commercial driver's license here in the state of California. Now, there's a lot of back and forth here. You heard in Joy's piece there, and we've heard from immigration officials saying that he entered the country illegally in 2022 and then was released into the country. What we don't know now, and what we are trying to get clarified through the Citizenship and Immigration Services, is whether or not he had legal status after that. Was he on an asylum waiver? Was he in this country and following those rules to obtain that legal work status program? That's what we're trying to sort out now. But again, the state of California pointing the finger back at the federal government, saying because he had those clearances through the federal government, through those work documents, that's how he was able to legally obtain that commercial driver's license. So we'll continue to follow this story, guys.
All right. Thanks for the context, Mike.